What's up, fight fans? It's Friday, so it must be the sack. Every week after a kick-ass episode, Triple THS at craveonline.com/sports, I answer questions from you, the fans. Without further ado, let's dive into my sack. Tommy Sack. First question comes from Ryan English. I want to know what you use to trim that perfect beard of yours. Well, Ryan, first I gotta smelt down some iron ingot. Then once it cools, but it's still pliable, I run it on a grinder, add some elemental magic, and then cover it with some dragon bones. But now that it's reached legendary status, there's really not much else I can do with it. Boost Roda. Okay, this question comes from Aaron Smith. I've been a fan since day one. I show your videos to others and get them hooked. I've tried for the past month, and you haven't picked me, so Tommy Toehold, or should I say Tommy Tube Sock, you absolutely suck. I'm calling you out. I'm gonna transform into an ass-kicking cartoon, more awesome than Optimus Prime and G.I. Joe. If I win, I get a t-shirt and stop bitching, and you gotta shave those pubes you call a beard. If I lose, I will never comment or bitch again. You name the date, time, and place. I'm drawing the biggest can of whoop ass, then I'm gonna open it on your number 2 drawing pencil, Mr. T wannabe beard. Okay, now, first of all, Tommy Tube Sock's my cousin. Secondly, if there's a cartoon more awesome than Optimus Prime and G.I. Joe, I want to meet him. Third, there are no more shirts. Fourth, to quote Ian McLaughlin's question, you mad, bro? And finally, thank you very much for watching the show. I appreciate the continued support, friend. This next one comes from Dan Brown, the author. Love your books. If you had to fight Mac and Frank from Always Sunny in Philadelphia to get the delicious rum ham, would you? Dan, I'd fight Mac and Frank. I'd fight Mac and Cheese. I'd fight an evil sentient Macintosh computer. I'd fight Mac from Super Punch-Out, but not Mike Tyson. That motherfucker was hard to beat. So, unless Tyson wants the rum ham, I will take on all challengers. Mike Hatz. Why does Rory dress like he's Peter Parker? Could he be Spider-Man? That nerdy kid that works at the Daily Bugle? No way Peter Parker is Spider-Man. I mean, sure, he gets all those exclusive photos of him, and yeah, I've never seen them both at the same place at the same time, but come on, he wears glasses and reads books. No way he's a badass superhero. Alright, this one comes from Michael Bukowski. Loved you in Monsters, Inc. Do you think anyone can win against John Jones when he has a beard of bees dipped in chocolate? And is that even legal in the UFC? Mike, I'd have to check the rulebook, but I'm pretty sure that's not within the UFC official guidelines. If it is, I want to see a lot more of it, like right now. This one's from Steven Sukovich. Chael Sonnen is going to be playing Dennis on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I guess I don't actually have a question. Still though, thanks for the info. This next question comes from Doc Holliday. Do your hands get more fucked up from fighting or from scraping the ground? Doc, I'm gonna try my hardest not to quote Tombstone while answering your question. My hands have grown accustomed to the scraping of the ground. I can't help myself. I'm your Huckleberry, your Daisy if you do. Johnny Tyler, where you going with that shotgun? Forgive me if I don't shake hands. Frederick fucking Chopin. Damn it, I love that movie. Alright, this one's from Brian Krozik. Do you ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? Only on Tuesdays. Or in Tim Burton Batman movies. Or when the devil's actually a really hot chick like in some of the cartoons. William Floors. Tommy, are you immortal? Only on the interwebs, my friend. And in Toontown. None of us can die there. Unless we get burned up in some kind of acid for some reason. I don't remember. I haven't watched Roger Rabbit in a while. But short answer, I'm pretty immortal. Okay, Richard Greathead. If you could replace Joe Rogan and Mike Goldberg with any other 2 people to commentate for the UFC, who would they be? Well, I love Joe and Goldie, but if they retire for some reason, I either want John Madden and Al Michaels without any prior understanding of MMA, or Waldorf and Statzler from The Muppet Show, but after they've had enough training to understand what's going on the ground. Those motherfuckers hate everything, and it just makes me giggle. Okay, last question of the day, but not the winner of any t-shirts. Kenneth Matson. Where the hell are you from? Ken, it all started on the floor of a movie theater in Brooklyn. The feature film, Bloodsport. After that, I got abandoned at UFC 1 by my mom, picked up by some Brazilian family, only to lose a schoolyard fight, and then hitchhiked to Peru in shame, where I found a freighter bound for Japan that crashed and left me stranded on an island. Luckily, a cruise ship found me and took me to Japan, where I was left in an abusive orphanage that I then escaped. I hid in the bathroom in the Saitama Super Arena for years, and then finally made my way back to the States. You know, just like everybody else's childhood. That's the show this week, fight fans. I appreciate you exploring my sack with me. My mail sack. Every Wednesday, craveonline.com/sports. New episodes of Triple THS. If I didn't answer your question, keep on trying. I will get to you eventually. Free fights on Saturday. Talk to you goofy bastards later.